for coming. It had been some time since I've watched a live football game and figured it would be a fun Friday activity. It's our local high school's homecoming game. My wife has never been to a high school game. She's not from the U.S., so this was a new experience for her. I asked my son if he wanted to come watch the game, watch their homecoming game. He said no, and I asked why not. He wasn't in the mood, and that's fine, I let him know. And then a few weeks ago, I overheard him talking to his mother on the phone, rather loudly, too. I asked if he was okay and how he was feeling. Angry, he replied as he briskly walked away. Later, after he calmed down, I approached him and asked if he recalled a few weeks back when I asked him if he remembered when I asked if he wanted to go to the football game and what his reply was. He recalled and said, yes, I didn't want to go. I said, that's right. I let him know that anger is like being invited to a game you don't want to go to. And that just because someone invites you, you can say no. See, we each have many emotional seeds within us, from jealousy to love, sadness, and anger. When we get angry, we've accepted whatever circumstances has presented itself and watered that particular seed. You could say that we have accepted that anger was the appropriate seed to water. And this analogy, of course, is repurposed from an analogy that the Buddha told about accepting an unwanted gift. No one wants to be angry. And so that unwanted gift may remain with the giver and not to the recipient. And holding on to anger is like holding on to a hot coal. We are the ones who get burned. But what does that really mean? It means that when we hold on to anger, we are no longer living in the present moment. We are living in the past. We have allowed our emotions to move from a state of balance to a state of imbalance. When we allow ourselves to get angry for an unhealthy amount of time, it begins to diminish our well-being. And what is an unhealthy amount of time? It's not more than a few moments. When we dwell on anger, we begin to foster negativity and bitterness. Consider all of the ill effects that anger has on your body. An increase in blood pressure, an increased heart rate. Your body may even begin to visualize committing a violent act towards a person, and you certainly tense up. Anger is unhealthy for you, and it's unhealthy for the world. So, what are some healthy ways to let go of anger? With mindfulness, we can always return to our breathing as the initial step. Breathing in. I know I am angry. Breathing out. I know that anger is an unhealthy response to the situation. Again, think about how anger can harm you emotionally and physically. That would be the next step, right? Visualize how it can harm you. Blood pressure, right? Get tense. Your heart rate. Unkind words. Violent thoughts. Visualize that. Then you can visualize or think about someone you know that handles their emotions well. Especially when they're angry, if you can. Try to visualize that. Or perhaps visualize yourself as a sea cliff, right? Remaining firm during a violent storm, unmoving and tranquil. But it's important to realize and also know that the person who's trying to provoke your anger is suffering too. Think about someone who is very ill. Do you get angry with that person because they're sick? No, of course not. You offer them compassion instead. That is how we can let go of anger. Not with more anger, but with compassion. As the Buddha taught us, anger and hatred only lead to more anger and hatred. There is no peaceful resolution with more anger. We must embrace anger with compassion. And compassion is one of the most calming and nurturing emotions we have. That is how we let go of anger. Something to think about and utilize the next time you feel anger inside you. Recognize it. Breathe in. I feel angry. And then let it go. Breathe out. Slowly exhale and say, I know that anger is not the appropriate response. And that will help you let go of anger and promote those positive qualities you have inside of yourself. And with that, my friends, I wish you all a night or day of peace and ease.